Oh, this is Rick Mahorn, the bad boy, giving a shout out to my man Drew, Detroit Drew. Make sure you tune in on his YouTube channel, Detroit Drew. Bad boy.
Peeps, how's it going? I'm not really sure what I'm going to call this video. I'm not really sure where it's going to go because I like conspiracy theories, you know. They're very interesting to me. I spend a lot of time on YouTube watching podcasts about conspiracies and stuff like that. So I kind of got my own here for the Pistons because I don't really think we're as bad as our record shows. For one, our young players have played really well for the most part. I know a lot of you guys are hard on Killian, but again, he's only 19. He's still learning. But he's got great defense. He can pass the ball. He's made some phenomenal passes. It's just a lot of times he feeds people the rock. They miss or they turn the ball over. Saddiq Bey, I have loved what he's brought to this team. He's a shooter. He's not afraid to pull up. He's not afraid to shoot. Even if he misses 5 in a row, he's still going to shoot. Isaiah Stewart, he's still got a long way to go. All of these guys really do. But he brings hustle. He brings rebounding. He brings a presence down low. The thing that I like about Stewart that doesn't get talked about too much in the NBA is he knows his fundamentals. So he's 6'9". That's really small to be a center, to be rebounding as good as he's been. But watch him. Go back and watch the Warriors game. When he was going against James Wiseman, when the shot went up, he was not watching the ball. He was trying to find out where James Wiseman was so he can put a body on him and keep him off the boards. And that's really important. And it's really a fundamental and a skill set that not too many people do anymore. You know, like boxing out, it's not as common as it used to be, which is kind of disappointing because that's kind of how I learned to play. So I love that he's looking to find out where the big man is and put a body on him before he goes and gets the rebound. He worries about the rebound second, and you know that will help people like Blake or Killian or Grant, whoever's down low. If he's not in position to get the rebound, they have a better opportunity so that way his guy doesn't get the rebound. So I love what I've seen from him. Josh Jackson has been a huge pickup for the Detroit Pistons. This guy is balling. A lot of you guys predicted it. A lot of YouTubers predicted it. He's back home, and he's playing fantastic. I love what he brings to the team. I think he's earned the starting job. Even if Derrick Rose and Killian are healthy, which Killian's hurt right now, he needs to be the starting two. You can have DeLon Wright come off the bench or whatever. DeLon Wright's a guy, if he starts, if he comes off the bench, he's still going to produce. He's solid. So it doesn't really matter where and when he plays. But the thing that I've noticed about the Pistons is for the first 3 quarters, we're competitive. We limit our mistakes. And for the most part, we've been winning. If not, we've kept it close. I know we were going back and state with Golden State. But, you know, Cleveland and the T-Wolves, we led for a majority of those games. But come fourth quarter, it's just like everything we've tried to establish in the game goes out the window. Our defense starts playing worse. Our offense turns over the ball a lot more. We're out of rhythm. We take a lot of bad shots, a lot of contested threes early in the shot clock. And a lot of that is coaching. But at the end of the day, the players need to know that's not the shot you need to take. Blame goes on both sides. It does. But if a player takes 2, 3 consecutive bad shots in a close game that you're trying to win, you have to pull them from the game if they're not going to stop. Casey's not doing that. Now, if it's Killian Hayes and he does a turnover or forces a bad shot, you'll pull him out the game. But if Jeremy Grant puts up 27 shots and gets 27 points, whatever it was, he'll play a whole 35 minutes. It's kind of discouraging because I want the young guy. I don't have a problem if we lose. Let's stress it. I don't have a problem if we lose every single game this year. If this is what Troy Weaver wants to do, you have to trust in him. But if we are going to lose, keep playing the young guys. Don't take them out if they make one little mistake. Because a lot of these guys, man, they're gonna. Killian's gonna turn the ball over a lot. He's gonna miss a lot of those threes. Stewart, he's gonna miss a lot of assignments. He's gonna have a hard time you know, picking up or whatever. Like they're young, they haven't played yet. You can't really crucify them yet. Whereas Jeremy Grant is supposed to come over and be a leader. He's played well. I'm not knocking him, but Grant, Plumlee, when they make something like a foolish rookie mistake, you're harder on them because they're the new guys and they're not doing what they're supposed to all the time in the fourth quarter. The one thing I have a really bad problem with Plumlee, why is he always on the perimeter, either in the corner or the top of the key where it's really deep there, calling for the ball? This man is not a three-point shooter. I have seen it 3 times per game. He is at the three-point line with his arms up, calling for the ball. Come on, man. Like, seriously, Casey? That's what you want? On an inbound pass with 2 seconds left on the shot clock, you want to inbound the ball to Mason Plumlee for a 3-pointer behind the arc. Like, what is that? Only thing I can wrap my head around to make this whole video kind of make sense is they're in a tanking mode. Any team that's being competitive would at least be 2-2 right now. And that's there's no beating around the bush. We just do stupid things to close out the games, both in overtime and the fourth quarter, where these teams either make a 10-point comeback, we can't stop anybody, we can't keep a possession, we keep turning it over, we keep putting up dumb shots. It's just like everything left and right goes wrong and wrong and wrong. I just don't think the Pistons are trying to be competitive, which, you know, is cool. The way we're losing games is cool, I guess. I don't know if that's the right way to word it, but we're being competitive, and at least we're fun and entertaining to watch. It kind of sucks. We're starting to get the injury bug already. You know, Okafor's out. Killian probably gonna miss a little bit of time. Sekou's hurt. A lot of guys that, you know, I thought would get a lot more minutes are starting to get banged up already. We're 4 games in, and Blake and Derrick Rose have already missed a game. Never would have thought I would have seen that coming. Never would have thought I would have seen Blake Griffin be second in the league in minutes played. That's really surprising to me. That's why this whole thing doesn't really make sense. You know, like, we're not supposed to be this bad playing Blake Griffin that amount of minutes. That's why I don't think Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose are here after trade deadline. No matter if it's like an Andre Drummond type deal where you don't get anything in return, a future second round draft pick and expiring deals, Troy Weaver's probably gonna pull that trigger. These guys are not here for much longer. That's why it's so crucial for the young guys to play with them, not without them, with them. What are you supposed to learn from Derrick Rose if you're on the bench? And you can't tell me Killian and Rose can't play together because DeLon Wright and Killian play together. I know Killian's not going to get many touches with Derrick Rose out there, but at least you're on the court and you get to see how Derrick Rose operates and what you need to do to help Derrick Rose out. If Derrick Rose is in trouble, where do you need to be where he can kick it out to you? And if he's open, how did you help create that space with floor spacing and stuff? So that way, when this team's actually Killian's, he will understand that. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense to you guys? Same thing with Sekou or Saddiq Bey. They need to be out there with Blake Griffin because Sekou's going to be taking over that spot when he gets healthy and Blake's no longer on the team. You need to learn how those guys operate. And you can only do so much by sitting on the bench. Sitting on the bench is like watching the game at home, just really up close and personal. Yeah, you get to pick up on small things here and there. You get to see how they do it, but you're not involved with what they're doing at all. There's a healthy mix of playing the veterans with the young talent. You know, and that's kind of the thing that I liked about Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin being out the other night is the young guys had to play, and they had to play together. The ball moved freer. There was great ball movement. They played as a team, and they made a comeback against Atlanta. They just fell really short. So I don't know really what to expect much more with this Pistons. This schedule is tough. It's brutal. I'm not sure who we're going to pick up the first win against. I know Boston. We always play hard against Boston. But Boston's been playing pretty well so far in the season. So it'll be a fun, entertaining game. It's just, looking at the schedule, I don't know who we can beat. You know, I said in the beginning of the year, the Minnesotas, the Cavaliers, the Hawks, those were the type of teams you had to beat to be in the play-in tournament. We're 0-4. So it sucks. But Troy Weaver is going to build a team here. You can see it. This team does feel different. There's actually a future here. Rather, if you're on the tanking train or be the competitive train, we hit a home run in this draft. We haven't seen Saban Lee play yet, but I can tell you, those three guys that have played, Hayes, Stewart, and Bay, they're going to be here. That's our foundation right there. We're going to build around those guys, help them get better, and they're going to be the future of the Detroit Pistons. So, Troy Weaver did an excellent job draft night. You can just see it in the first 4 games. Those guys are going to be phenomenal. I don't know how many of them, if any of them will be all-stars or superstars, but they're our foundation. I'm happy for it. It's actually cool to know we have a game plan, we have a future. And this draft is loaded. So if the Pistons don't win this year, have faith. If the Pistons get hosed in the lottery this year, we're still going to get a great player. This draft is deep, better than last year's. We're going to get another great player. Troy Weaver's already know probably who he wants. So I guess that's what we're looking forward to right now. So I don't know. We'll call this a therapy session. Let's go ahead and voice out all your concerns in the comments. What do you like about this team? What don't you like? Do you think Casey will be here for much longer? Like, it's one of those seasons. Anytime you're going to have a bad season, everyone and their mom's going to get blamed. Everyone and their mom's going to be put on the hot seat. At the end of the day, it's going to be on Tom Gores to sort it all out, give Troy the power to do so. To be honest with you, I don't know if Troy's fully in charge. Is Ed Stefanski's still here? Like, he's the president of operations. How much of say-so does he have? There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we don't get a good look at. So, I don't know. Leave all your frustrations down below in the comments, man. It's tough. Thank you guys for the support, for all the videos, for DSA, for Above the Rim, the pregame, the postgame shows. It's incredible. Make sure you guys do keep subscribing to 313JMO, Pistons Talk, Speak Easy, and everyone else in the DSA, man. I greatly appreciate the support. We'll be live on JMO's channel for an actual edition of Above the Rim tonight. So stay tuned for all that. With that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow or tonight on Above the Rim. And that's the bottom line, because Detroit Drew said so. Peace.